Conviction. 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 Hey, I'm Ray of Sunshining. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. So, I am in the process of deciding, figuring out what different I want to hold on to and what different I want to let go of. Vibe up. Hey, conviction. Hey, I'm Ray of Sunshining. Now, I could be wrong. It's all a blur. With me today, but I'm going to talk about convictions a little bit. Conviction. 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 Poop, poop. Poop, poop. If you don't know why you're here, River of Tears. I'm thrilled that you're here with me today. I'm Ray of Sunshine, or Ray of Sunshining. Create you. Vibe up. Vibe up. Or the possibilities are enormous. Shining. And that's what I'm here to talk about. You could stick around for another minute or a minute or two. Up. Vibe live. And so, I'm not saying that the shenanigans isn't going to vibe. You could go back to any one of my previous Ray of Sunshine videos, and you can hear me tell you why over there, because I repeat those same things on every single one of my videos, and I'm going to keep repeating. Convictions. And as you're well aware, there are different kinds of convictions. There's the kind of conviction that happens when, let's say, you go to court and you're found guilty. Shenanigans in everyday life. And I'm not saying that's a shenanigans. Doesn't matter if you are guilty. I'm not saying that the shenanigans isn't going to glide. That the shenanigans isn't going to continue. And all of them are found guilty. Doesn't matter if you are guilty. And all of my previous videos, there's a whole array of rays of sunshine. And if you're found guilty, then it's likely that you will be convicted. You will have if you're found guilty, conviction. Then it's likely that you will be convicted. And it's very possible that you might become a convict. They sink in. We're on a journey of emerging, blossoming for me. And that's what I want to show in my whole presentation. But, I'm not going to repeat them all here. A convict. I know. It happened to me once. Conviction. Discovering. There's really only two things. So there's different facets of that. There's the facet of you as an individual, you as share kindness, part of a whole. Share this video. Performance anxiety. Do I look like I have performance anxiety? In fact, I tell that story back in my pilot video. That goes about a year and a half ago now. Do somebody else the same favor that somebody probably did for you and sent this video to you on a silver platter. You could learn. We're going to talk about performance anxiety. They're generous. I don't think so. Exactly. And it's called Why Me? 25 minutes and 26 seconds on the edge of your seat excitement. And I have some other things to talk about first. I'm Ray of Sunshine. I have some other things to talk about first, and hopefully, primarily. And I'm delighted that you're here with me today. What we did for you, but and this is probably a good chance that I will get back to it because I have it right in my notes. Performance anxiety. If I could practice right now. What happened there is what you'll see there. It's in fact, by putting my glass cut, and really, there's an underlying reason. I remember feeling that for this because I just have get back to is the story of my unjust conviction. Performance anxiety, because it's what I came here to talk about. Some people wondering, geez, I wonder. But another reason you might want to go back there. Geez, I wonder, he must look pretty sexy with glasses, right? So the facet of you as then you can get an eyeful. Bring the uniqueness of you. So this serves a dual purpose, but in case I want to look at my notes, I put my glasses on. My mother used to say to me, not everybody's always going to be on your side. Is just to take a peek. Because my whole program is a metaphor. It's about an evolution. It's about our progress. So, just because someone's having their drama doesn't mean you need to participate. But these are both props. Everything in all of my videos is props. And so you can say, boop boop to them. So and it's to illustrate a point. I am in the process to illustrate a progression of discovering, of deciding the lumps and bumps, and figuring out what different choose to direct your energy toward I want to hold on to, and what different direct your energy vibing up, and what different I want to let go of. That's what my program is all about. That's what you're here for. What I'm here for. Vibing and up. Bumps and bruises and bumps and bruises that over the course of life. So that's the point of my whole video series. Let me begin by telling you why I look the way I do. No doubt. What convictions are appropriate for me, and what are the convictions that I absorbed along the way and just decided, oh, that must be what I believe. That must be the way I am. What I believe. No doubt when you spotted me, some of you were wondering, geez, I wonder what it would be like to wake up next to him in the morning. Whether it's appropriate or not. Well, there's a whole array of all the different rays of sunshine back there. You know, he said that, and he's successful. He must know. Well, this is it. This is what I look like because, although I've been up for many hours since I first woke up, this is what I look like that, and I still look like that. So I have another video back in. She presented it this way earlier, 4 videos. It's playtime, where I show the same illustration of this is what I look like when I wake up. Create you. She has lots. Check that out for today. And you know, I also wanted to show you. I've made several presentations on this island, and I wanted to show you right in the middle of this island. She has lots of confidence. I guess I can believe that. But you know, now we're in the process of my whole program. You may know if you've seen it. Is about we're in the process of questioning as a collective, society, as a community, as a civilization, about doing something different, to discover something different, to make a difference. And this island is out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's out in the middle, right in a big pond, and this is a huge. That's the progression in our life, and that's what I show in my whole video presentation. A progression. So it shows a process. You know, the thing is about that particular conviction. Back then, when I made the video, I wasn't aware. I mean, I knew that the judge was corrupt. I knew that the prosecutor was corrupt. There's a hidden message there for you. Hidden message, and there's I put it there for you. There's a message there for you. When I made the video, I wasn't aware. I mean, I knew that the judge was corrupt. I knew that the prosecutor was corrupt. I had no idea that my own lawyer was in on it. Right. I was noticing, and you know, I don't know if you noticed, the outfit kind of complements the whole decor here, the whole color motif. When I first looked into the mirror this morning, that I'm looking more and more like this guy here. Now, this guy has appeared in 2 of my earlier videos. And that would be another. That my own lawyer was in on it. Was in on the conspiracy. Discover some very different rays of sunshine. That's the idea. To stab me in the back. And remember, you go back there with an open mind. That's the idea of the whole earlier video series. To take a look at. There's lots of different formats. We could choose the bottom card. We could pick, to shut the top card. We could just open it up. I think let's open it up and look at it. So the outcome of the trial was predetermined. Say, you know, I don't get it. Stumble and fall. Stumble and fall. To see what stumble and fall looks because like. The whole presentation is a series of stumble and fall. Must be because Mercury's retrograde. When I pulled this pack out of the little packet earlier, and that's another whole story. Which, in fact, I tell that story on some of my other videos. This one here was on the bottom. I read it as well. Stage your space. I said, you know what? If there's one card that I don't want to get when I pull this thing, it's going to be that one. And no doubt, I'm going to continue to stumble and fall because I'm human. But you're going to see all the different versions of my stumble and fall along my path, and maybe. But see how that works? So anyway, you'll learn some things about me, you'll learn some things about you. And maybe. But see how that works? What you focus on is what you create. Do you see how that works? And of course the other type of conviction. And maybe you'll relate to the idea of sharing this video with somebody else on a silver platter, just like I got it. The idea is all of us coming together. So, sage your space. So, personally, I don't use sage. It's the type of conviction. Is the type of conviction that is related to your belief system. So there's the hidden message to discover. There's two missions. This, by the way, and I tell that story in one of those other two videos, which may appear in the box on my head at the end of this video. This was given to me by my husband, Sid. When you have a conviction. We were together for 17 years, and I have a zillion stories about Sid back there. Sid is quite the character, and you'll be quite entertained by him. That is related to something, or someone, something, or someplace. You know, there was a time in my life when someone would question, when my response would have been, when someone would question my conviction about something. By him, so I have sage. I have beautiful ornamental sage in my sanctuary. You may have seen some of that if you've been on a tour of my sanctuary. My videos number 1 and 2. There's a complete tour. Right now it's still free. He gave me this, and he said to me, because he used to bring me all kinds of goodies, all kinds of fun things. There was a time when my response might have been, well... And this is a magnet that goes on with all that beautiful artwork. There. It looks just like you. He says, this makes you think of you. It looks really. And you know, the more I keep looking at it... A tour of my sanctuary, you'll see a lot of many of which are hanging on the wall. And you'll meet a lot of special people in my life. That's just the way I am. When my response might have been, well, that's just the way I am. Hello. Life. Anyway, you'll also see a transition. You're going to see a change. And the more the time goes on and on, the more I can see the resemblance. Exactly identical twins. That ray of sunshine to this ray of sunshine. That's the point of my whole presentation. Hello? No, that's the way I chose to be. And this ray of sunshine. I don't have the light can I have light for it. So more and more as time goes on, we become more and more. Maybe I'll put one of those in the box on the side of my head. Right. It's playtime. Performance anxiety. Create. And, performance anxiety sometimes is the way I am. No, that's the way I chose to be. That's the way I decided to be. With a psychological sort of condition where you feel compelled to perform in a certain way, and you become stimulated in a certain way to be able to complete your mission. In that performance. Create you. It's sort of a clinical term for it, performance anxiety. Some people, as a result of what I've been exposed to, the influences that was in my life that came to me, however it came to me, the influences to me in the form of people, the form of books, the form of people, articles, the form of any kind of influence. Some people may have experienced performance anxiety. I don't, maybe in that way, but and I've also I believe before I started this YouTube particular series, and I decided, oh, that's my conviction. That's my conviction. That's the way I am. But if I can decide that that's the way I am, I can decide just as easily that's the way I'm not. Well, maybe not. Back almost a year ago, and I had performance anxiety. In any of my previous videos, I talk about the concept of letting go. Thinking about the idea because for my whole life, I've been making videos. No longer, I show you the progression afterwards, but I didn't have that ambition my whole life, and it's just because after a while we become steeped in our convictions. Especially, when some of those influences are authorities in our life, it makes it a little easier to absorb, a little easier to believe, a little easier to adopt as a conviction. Time to blossom. Get to share this video, which is one of the reasons that you're here. So we get all the other sunflowers to blossom with us. Create you. My whole program shows an evolutionary process. It's playtime. Create you. It's about doing something different to discover something different to make a difference. Conviction. 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 It's playtime. Create you.